ソフトメーカーさんの最後のタイトルになります。
Please lock in.
ご覧ください。
Bro, lock in. It looks like Garnet's room from the opening. This doesn't seem very whimsical, though. Does not seem full of whimsy and bubbly optimism.
I give you my blood.
Bloodborne 2? Imagine, though? What the fuck?
I give you my life.
He's talking about blood. It looks Bloodborne coded.
O wheel.
What is this?
Transport him to a night of moonlight, to humanity's very dusk.
Bro, why is this so Bloodborne coded? And it can't be. It's a Nintendo game. Vampire the Masquerade? Oh. Oh. Whoa, what the fuck? Fuck you. Fuck you. What the fuck am I looking at? Okay, it's not Bloodborne. What the fuck is this? What the fuck am I looking at? Miyazaki, you got some explaining to do. It's a brand new IP. It's a brand new IP. Yo. And it's like a mishmash of everything. It's steampunk. It's like Victorian-esque. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're doing a Switch game? This is not on my bingo card, dog. Steamborn, man. We could not have picked a better fucking time to play Bloodborne.
Now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
I pray that you are able, carrier of blood.
Oh my god. It's a spiritual successor to Bloodborne. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
The moon tears will flow for one.
It's literally Bloodborne, man.
Alone.
The Duskbloods. Bro, he was doing a call beyond, like... He was doing the gesture. That's literally the gesture from Bloodborne. That you use in front of the Brain of Mensis. As a Bloodborne axe, the dude looked like a Bloodborne character. Like... Dog. The Duskbloods. Saved! Saved! Available only on Nintendo Switch 2. Brother.
ご覧いただいたのは
Fucking go!
ソフトウェアさんが手掛ける完全新作タ
Miyazaki,
イトル
bless your fucking soul. This is why From Software continues to be my favorite fucking company in the business right now, guys.
ボイスを公開しますのでぜひご覧ください
Miyazaki's like, yo, if Sony's not gonna do a Bloodborne 2, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. I might actually have to shell out for a Switch 2, man. Good thing it comes out in 2026. May not have gotten FF9 Remake, but I'm so fucking glad. FromSoft, as usual, proving why they're the best fucking company in the business right now. It's literally fucking Bloodborne 2. We're finally getting Bloodborne 2. Okay. By From Software themselves, dude. And now they can own the IP, right? Unless, no, maybe Nintendo will own it at the end of the fuck. You know what's like my favorite part about this trailer is when we first saw it, at the very beginning, this room literally looks like Garnet's room from Final Fantasy IX Remake in its opening. Right? She's sitting by her window looking out the window. And I was like, man, my hopium-addled brain and a deep, deep yearning for this game being real is warping shit because this is clearly some dark fantasy bullshit, and it is. Like, how could this ever be FF9? There's like a dead guy slumped in a chair. That ain't how an FF9 trailer is opening. But my mind immediately went to like, that's FF9. FF9 Remake Copium continues. Fuck. I'm just happy this happened, man. Fuck. It saved the event for me.
I give you my life.
I like...
O wheel. And transport him to a night of moonlight.
It's so Bloodborne coded, bro. It is not like... They clearly made this because it's like, Sony, you aren't going to do Bloodborne? Fuck it, we'll do it ourselves.
To humanity's very dusk.
Now, I don't know if Nintendo... Like, Nintendo clearly approached From Software, right? That is clearly what happened. Like, they went to From, not the other way around. Because From is all for having their games on, like, every conceivable platform. Nintendo went to them. And then Miyazaki was like, I've always wanted to do this. I'm going to stick it to those other guys who own that IP by making a similar IP, showing them how they missed out by not making a continuation of that IP. I think that's what likely happened, right? It's literally a rune from Bloodborne. Nintendo, like, walks up to From Software, is like, how you doing, fellow developers? Yeah, so we heard you made that one really big and cool and big game, and yeah, you've been doing stuff like that for the past 10 years, you know, just casually being the best devs in the business. Like, mind if we get a little bit of that best dev in the business money? Man, like, we're living in good times right now. For all the woes in the video game industry, you have to admit, like, one of the few silver linings at the moment is that pure, like, elation you feel upon seeing a bit of a snippet of a trailer, the screen going black and fucking FromSoft's name showing up just like that, their logo just hitting you in the face, just slapping you in the frickin' face. There's nothing quite like that feeling, man. It used to be that you would always get that for so many things back in the day with games, but now it's like, this is one of the few last remaining, like, beacons of hope in the game industry, this company, that makes you feel like a kid on Christmas Day looking forward to, like, the new games and what have you. It's so good. This is the moment in the trailer, by the way, where I was like, yeah, this is clearly not Bloodborne, but the fucking... It's so palpable, man. Like, the Victorian-coded aesthetic here, the Gothic towers, all of it. It, like, the sky, the color of the sky, literally, like, Bloodborne shit, man. And it's so perfect. We could not have chosen a more perfect time to play Bloodborne again. How, like... The stars may have aligned for 9 and that may not have happened, but the stars clearly aligned without us even realizing it. I'm just going to call it Bloodborne 2, man. Let's call it for what it is. Fucking Bloodborne 2. We chose a perfect time to do our lore run 10-year anniversary celebration. And speaking of which, it's so funny how Bloodborne's, the game having the 10-year anniversary, like FF9 is going to experience its 25th. I never thought FF9 would be getting something, but it's actually for Bloodborne. Right? That's what it feels like. Obviously, that's not the reason, but I love how it's a mishmash of so many different aesthetics, too. Like, this looks like a really high-tech train. Right? It doesn't look like an old-fashioned train of some kind. Man, this is, like, the church there, the stained glass, like, the music, everything is just so Bloodborne flavored in the most delightful of ways. This guy's, like, design. This looks like some character you would literally run into in Bloodborne. There's poise and everything. And then they got, like, some Elden Ring DNA in here. The way the camera is, like, panning up and showing this, like, sprawling world before you that you're going to be able to jump into, which he does in, like, a second here. They've got so many different aesthetics they're combining from their games over the years, and you kind of love to see that. What I love about From Software is they're always trying to find ways to create, like, the perfect culmination of what they've done. It's just, it's so right that after Elden Ring, the next thing they would logically look at is, okay, let's take another piece of the puzzle, another piece of the pie that wasn't quite an Elden Ring, but infuse it into our next project, which will also include Elden Ring in it, and that's Bloodborne, right? So good. Literally something out of Bloodborne, man. Like, all the characters, their statures, the way they're holding the canes and stuff, all posh and dapper. These are Bloodborne characters, bro. And that literally looked like a trick weapon, bro. No, okay, I'm just losing my mind because I've been playing too much Bloodborne, but when I first saw this trailer, in the heat of the moment, I thought he was, like, segueing to a different variation. I was like, oh my god, God, bro, our trick weapon's back. Is this more Bloodborne 2 than I thought? And then he got like the is the Eastern influence here as well, right? It's so fascinating. Like, I'm getting Sekiro vibes from this all of a sudden. It's like they're trying to make the perfect, you know, amalgamation of everything they've done, like celebration, commemoration of like everything they have ever done. I feel like this is that lady you fight in Sekiro. This is so cool too, man. Like, they got all these like dungeons and stuff here. And Tubby Tubster, like Dark Souls man. And like he has some kind of like, he looks like an automaton. This looks very steampunk coded. Right, and I feel like I'm looking at something from Liza P. He has like a jetpack. Like, this is basically Diesel Steam Gothic Punk. It's Diesel Steam Goth Punk, the video game. You can just like, you're probably going to be able to jetpack around the world. Is that what we're going to be able to do? Miyazaki, dog. First we had Torrent. No, let me cook with this. Torrent was a horsey. He was limited by gravity. I like how that rhymed. I could create a verse out of that, by the way. Are we going to take to the skies next in this game? Is our mode of transport going to be literally flying? It just now occurred to me, like, that's another frontier they've yet to kind of, like, explore. That looks like a Majora's Mask moon, by the way. So cool. Torrent isn't a horse, he has horns, he's clearly a horse goat. True. God, man, and this guy has like a rifle, but like the character designs. Elden Ring moment. Yeah, so you're like a vampire in this game, right? It's called Duskbloods, right? It just hit me. So you're some kind of like Dracula, and you're like consuming not blood per se. Well, I guess you are. I don't see the blood coming out, but then like get all this like black stuff going in, like some kind of soul essence. I don't know. There your obligatory like weird big belly giant critter swamp bog enemies. I hated those guys, by the way, who would like turn you to stone in the Dark Souls games and Elden Ring. They're back. Gaping dragon frog, accurate.
Close your eyes and
I cannot tell you guys how long I've yearned to see these. Like, these are my favorite kinds of like From Software character designs, by the way. The ones you have in Bloodborne, where you got like slender, slim builds, but just like really snazzy, classy looking characters with very like elegant weaponry, right? I have missed these characters so much. Like, don't get me wrong, I love like the knights in shining armor from like Dark Souls and Elden Ring as much as the other guy, but man, this unique aesthetic, like nothing's quite hit like it the same ever since Bloodborne, and now they're so back.
as befits the soon to depart.
Guns. I pray that you are able.
Bro, like the garb, this is literally Cleric Beast, man. This is what we got last night when we were going. It's so, oh, I cannot believe. I cannot reiterate enough how fitting it is that we've been going through Bloodborne again, and the point at the game that we got to last night with it, right? We found this like guy named, we were doing a lore run. What was his name again? Well, I forget his name. You can get his set, and it has like the Cleric Beast's hide at the back of it.
Carrier of blood.
Literally looks like a beast hide. And you have like horses again. Like, I forgot about that, man. Got Torrent back. You got like street lamps and everything. It's so Victorian. You transform into like creatures and stuff. Well, that might be an enemy. So clearly not like the best looking game ever. Once again, it's going to be on Nintendo hardware, but it's going to slap, man. You just know this is going to be a fucking 10 out of 10 video game. It's already going to be like my game of the year. I will never ever be this optimistic about any other game by any other company. I will always be cautiously like optimistic and a little bit skeptical, right? But nah, these are the kind of games you're going to buy day one. And you just know they're going to be good.
Tears will flow for one.
And this is The most. I know we've been saying this like a broken record throughout this trailer. This lad right here is the most Bloodborne flavored character imaginable, right? From the thin garb that he's wearing to this helmet covering half his face. You just can't see his eyes. That's what it ultimately is. The lack of like being able to see his eyeballs. And then him, this part. Literally fucking... You guys can't look at this trailer and tell me with a straight face that this is not Bloodborne 2.
One alone.
The Duskbloods, man. And then literally the title. Legally distinct Bloodborne 2. Yep. You can't tell me that with a straight face. And then you got all this like more Elden Ring stuff. Like, it's like Elden Ring and Bloodborne had a child. Like you got like some rat dude with like some feathery just garb, right? Like a hunter would have, like Eileen the Crow or something. And then you got all these like etchings on this creature, kind of like the frenzied flame stuff from Elden Ring. Yeah, just like the yellow flamey etchings in the game. I forget the lore implications, right? But man, yeah, it is a Switch 2 exclusive. I know that's going to be like a bummer for a lot of folks. It is for me as well, simply because like they're making it specifically for that hardware, so it's never going to truly look and feel the best that it can on that level. And on top of like the other thing we just mentioned, the other thing is that we don't know if this game is as substantial as Bloodborne and is as hard-hitting as Bloodborne and really, really good and impactful and is something that warrants a sequel. We don't know if we'll ever see one because it's not in From Software's purview to make that call, right? That's ultimately going to be down to Nintendo. We can only hope that they decide to do the right thing with this franchise, with this IP going forward, and that it's only up from here and that we don't repeat history like with Bloodborne, but that remains to be seen, man. But I'm just glad this game exists ultimately. At the end of the day, before I sign off here, as a quick recap, I went into this event looking forward to the Final Fantasy IX Remake stuff. One of my all-time favorite games, my second favorite FF after 7, and given all the rumors that were circulating about it happening, it was very clear that it was very, very likely to happen at the Switch 2 Direct that we took a look at here. But a lot of the stuff that we saw here wasn't disappointing by any means. It was just a lot of stuff that we anticipated for the Nintendo Switch 2. Yes, it's going to be a really powerful console, 120 FPS stuff, 4K docked, all of that. A lot of the ancillary features aren't really big for me personally, like a lot of the chat stuff and all of that, the social aspects of it, and a lot of the games too. Not really stuff that I would shell out and go get a Switch 2 for, but it's clear that they have a solid third-party lineup. I know a lot of people are going to be happy about that stuff. As well, the thing that ultimately really saved the event was obviously this right here, right? From Software's brand new IP. Could not fucking be more excited. Bloodborne is my second favorite game ever freaking made, and I'm just happy that anything even remotely connected to that game is entering reality. Good time to be alive.